What is going on, everybody? My name is John Solo, as you all know, and this is my boy Kmack time. For those of you who might remember him from the good old days back on the channel when I first started doing conspiracy theories. Some of you old timers might remember him.
The OGs.
And anybody who has watched a couple of the live streams that I've done on Twitch, the live stream we did a couple of days ago.
Of course.
The link to his channel will be in the description down below, youtube.com/user/KMackKilla80, but his actual username is KMackTime.
I'm no longer 13, but they only changed that. They only changed the, you can change the title, but it still comes to URL, comes up your original one, so.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're stuck with KMackKiller80, so.
Yeah, my URL is the John Gasm still. Yeah. And it's going to be like that forever.
Yeah. You can change it all you want, like in like the whatever the user, but at least it doesn't say Kmack anymore.
Yeah, that's a little bit better.
It's a little bit better, but it is what it is. But you know, when you're 13, you make mistakes. You put a bunch of X's and snipers in your gamer tag, and then that ends up being your YouTube channel.
Well, when I was 13, my YouTube channel started out as John Optimus Prime.
The good old days. I recall these days.
And abandoned that channel.
I remember you used to do videos after like every high school dance, and you were dressed up all dapper.
Yeah.
Those were some like original videos. We got some screenshots of those one day. I'll make a video like looking back at the good old days. I think it's a fun video idea.
Yeah, honestly, I plan on doing
like
that
an origin
eventually.
story, because people might not know, or they might not have like that time or like whatever to go back and look at stuff like that. Even if it's like a different channel, even.
Yeah, because it's a totally different channel. Most people don't really know about it. I don't think that I have deleted all of those videos, but I probably should before I upload this podcast, because I don't. My problem back then was when I made those videos, I strived to be as offensive as possible, which is very easy to do.
See, I remember the very first video I ever watched of yours was the I Hate video, and it got actual decent traction for back then. It had like a couple thousand views or whatever it was.
Yeah, if you search the.
And it was actually kind of funny too.
It's on the new. It's on the new channel now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So if you guys search "I Hate" video, it was actually pretty exciting.
Did you re-uploaded it, or was it just
re-upload?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the old channel back then, and this was with like 300 or 400 subscribers. Keep in mind, but now it was like 300, I think.
Not bad though. I mean. For how small time you were.
Yeah, bigger than most of the
people we met today that were
Vidcon.
spending money to go to VidCon. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, like back then I would have never considered. I was like, okay, VidCon was for the big dogs.
Oh, yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought VidCon was for people that were good at YouTube.
Yeah, apparently that's, I mean, not necessarily good at YouTube, but I thought it was for the big dogs. You know, that ended up not being the case.
And I get what they're going for, the whole everyone can express themselves thing, but I thought, at the price point of $200-something, I thought that would kind of weed out the small people, but not. Apparently, people have money and time to burn.
Yeah, but anyways,
God bless them for trying their dream. Maybe one day they'll be bigger than us. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean it's not like totally impossible at all. But I was just surprised.
I was very surprised too.
Yeah, that I Hate video, I did it right after. It was like after the first or second season of Tosh.0, and he did his I Hate video after It's Kingsley Bitch did his I Hate video, and he was like, so everybody do an I Hate video, all of you guys, and I'll pick the best ones to be on the show. And per usual, as has always been a theme on my channel, I did it like a month later than I should have, and it still ended up being like one of the top 3 or 4 results when you search I Hate video, which was
but tagged right, or was it just like luck?
I think
because tags back then were totally different.
Yeah, I honestly think, I don't know if audience retention mattered as much back then, but it was like a 20-minute video, and I really, for the most part, only received positive feedback, so I think people stayed the entire time.
Was the like and comments that got you up there? Because back then, that was a totally different system. Likes and comments were weighted more than retention at the time.
But I also think it was funny because, like, as I said, I was trying to be as offensive as possible, which, like, nowadays, incredibly easy to be offensive. You can be offensive without trying to be offensive because context doesn't matter anymore.
Right.
But back then, it was like I was just saying some pretty brutal, I don't want to say brutal and like talk myself up, but some pretty savage shit. Like, I think one joke that I always remember from it was I hate that I have to take my shoes off at the airport. I'm white. I'm fine.
Yeah, that's a classic one. That's a classic.
Yeah, and
I'm white.
Now
I'm fine.
As we have all learned over the past couple of years, it actually turns out not necessarily at the airport, but pretty much everywhere else, white people are the ones who are going in and blasting places up.
Yeah.
Yeah, contrary to popular belief down south.
Yeah, there's just as many morons in every race.
Yeah, and all races were created
equally stupid.
Equally stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were the good old days. How did we even just start talking about that?
I don't remember how we got to that, but I was just remembering that I was just thinking that I was so happy that in my first 40 videos I made, I used copyright music.
And then just delete
so I had to delete them. So they're erased from the record forever. So I'm sad because for me, I would go back and private them.
Right.
But for
you had some honestly really, really funny ones.
They were just so stupid and they were gaming and there was just dumb things and commentaries. It was just so dumb at the time. But I'm so glad that no one else can see them. Mm-hmm. But at the time I wish I could see them because I remember spending hours on getting the right gameplay in Halo Reach or whatever it might have been in 2007 or 2010 or whatever the fuck it was. But
Metal Quest and all.
Oh, the Metal Quest, dude, that was so cool. That was my very first original idea of I need to get these weird obscure medals in Halo that no one ever gets. But there's a reason no one gets them because they're fucking stupid. So
yeah, because they're just dumb as fuck. But
I got 15 kills with the Warthog.
Yeah,
who does that? Who gets that many kills with the Warthog? It's so stupid.
Yeah, and anybody who sees that. If I had played a game of Halo and I was that guy got 15 kills with a Warthog, I'd be that guy is a fucking douchebag. Get out of the Warthog and play the game right. But that's
Big
just because
team battle, man. I'm fucking on the objective for that Warthog, dude. I'm fucking rolling through.
That's just because I'm a bitter fucker, though. I was the kid in high school who took gym class way too seriously, and that passion for gym class has translated or has carried over to video games, or always did. I'm just kind of a short-tempered dude.
Oh, of course.
Speaking of short-tempered, Christian Burns.
Oh, God. Not this fucking guy.
Okay, so as...
he's super famous.
Yeah, so not that many people ended up watching my my VidCon announcement video that I was going to VidCon, probably because it didn't show up in about 90% of your guys' sub boxes.
Probably because Christian didn't retweet it.
Yeah, right.
All of us. He's so famous. If he retweeted it, it'd been viral.
God, he has been the source of so many just entertainment careers.
Right. All 49 at this time posts of him on Instagram have been absolutely crucial.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Massive influencer in the world. I would say top 10%. I'm right up there Justin Bieber, him, and then Bono, all in that same group.
Yeah, I bet honestly, if Jesus Christ himself came back from the dead and made an Instagram, doubt he would be as popular as Christian Burns. So we are at VidCon, as I was saying, and it's been a pretty good time.
Been a
pretty good time.
Cool, man. A lot of cool people, a lot of cool things going on, a lot of big YouTubers there, a lot of fun stuff going on.
Yeah, a lot of big YouTubers, a lot of small YouTubers, a surprisingly large amount of small YouTubers.
Yeah, I was kind of taken back by that too, how small the community. But that's cool to see people out there trying to grind, trying to get out there and make a name.
Right. Now,
we've all been there.
I respectfully, and this is, this is coming from a guy whose channel is currently I don't want to be all self-deprecating and say I'm on life support because as you all know, the past 9 months have been pretty hard with balancing school and the channel, and then summer started, and honestly I just kind of have needed some R&R to get back into the YouTube and mindset, and let me tell you, this has been awesome to get back into the YouTube and mindset.
Kind of get back in there and kind of get an idea of what you need to do and get back in there and get the good fight going.
Right, but point is I don't want to come across as passing judgment on anybody who is out here and grinding and trying to network and make their channel grow. But there has been, so we're on the creator track. There's 3 tracks at VidCon. There's community, which is just for people who don't have a channel at all and just are looking to meet people here.
It's for 14-year-old girls. Let's go ahead and say it.
Yeah, as we've learned, it's for 14-year-old girls.
It's for young girls to meet people or to try and
not
meet
even
people.
not even meet, just chase around and scream.
Yeah, it's been real weird. Like you go down because they're on each, like I said, each level, but each level's on a literal separate floor. So the creators are down here, or the creators are on the second floor. The community's down here, and the top one's the industry.
Yeah, so those are the 3 tracks.
And the first floor
creator, industry.
The first floor is just straight cancer 14-year-old girls, and then God forbid, like Jake Paul or Logan Paul or Jacksepticeye or just about anybody that's like a guest or featured shows up. And it's a literal flash mob. It's ridiculous. Yeah. There's like screaming crowds of little girls running after these streamers, these viners, these vloggers, and that's fine. But like, that's not what I expected. I didn't expect.
Is it fine? Is it fine?
It's fine because that's what they paid to do, and they paid to come see these people. And eventually, you'd love to be the Jake Paul getting screened for, but like.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think it's
fine because if I were a parent, I would not let my kid. I would come here with my kid. Well, I just wouldn't let my kid be the. I have so much to say about that.
There's a lot of girls.
We'll get into that a little bit later.
Really little, like, and they're like just like in groups of like hundreds of them. By the ton.
But I want to show you guys this.
We're looping back here. We're getting back to this guy's video. We're getting off topic here, but this guy is a complete turd.
Yeah, so we're at Vidcon, having a really good time, meeting a lot of really cool people. But there's one dude who is not cool.
No, absolutely not.
One thing that I made this observation today, and it's not a totally original observation, but it was the first time I ever put this like feeling, this emotion, this concept I had into words, and that is that Vine gave birth to a new type of douchebag, and Instagram has sort of done a really similar thing.
Yeah, it's like they've made a cancer almost.
Yeah, like they really have ruined, like they haven't ruined lives, but they have ruined all of these Vine stars. I'm a hypercritical dude. I get that a lot of them are like really young kids, and they're just kind of, they're young kids. They hit it big. Young kids make mistakes.
They flip the bottle in the right direction, and they hit 20,000 Instagram followers from a
27,000
from a bottle flip. And
don't sell him short. So, but what I was saying was, so like these sites, they gave birth to a new type of douchebag, and they're young, they hit it big, they don't really know what to do, they get managers and agents and whatever else, and managers and agents are going to tell you what they're going to do is they're going to get you brand deals, they're going to tell you how to market yourself, and then these people kind of, in my opinion, I don't know, because I am not like a what do you call it? Like a man child. Like the next, it's not necessarily boy band, but it's like kind of like a similar thing.
Pop star.
But I feel like it kind of results in these people losing like any essence of actually having a personality.
Oh, no, of course.
Like they're pretty much just their content. Where like you and I, in the vast majority of creators who have their shit together, they make content that they love, and they try to work brands and sponsorships and whatever else into the content that they love. Where these guys become the brands and the sponsorships and whatever else.
It's kind of ridiculous.
It's kind of ridiculous. And this kid, Christian Burns, he so you've got a bunch of these kids. They're all here at VidCon. These douchey Viner, ex-Viner, now YouTuber, Instagram model type dudes who think that they're really famous. And then you got this kid named Christian Burns. And Christian Burns, and I'll put the video up so you guys can watch it. I'll put it up on your screen. I don't even know how to describe this kid. He's essentially He's a super famous Instagram model.
Super famous
Instagram model. I would say probably like you said, just
he's
huge
the PewDiePie
guy.
of Instagram.
PewDiePie of Instagram, and one of the security guys at the Anaheim Convention Center. In my experience, every security guy that we
very
interacted
chill.
with, pretty chill dudes.
They're just there doing their job. Like nothing's crazy going on. Like
yeah, like their biggest security threat is a 13-year-old girl.
Right.
So
like their biggest thing they were doing was trying to keep people. What they were doing at the time of this video is because like famous YouTubers were exiting the building because it was time to go. Basically, the panels were ending, and there were so many people trying to get by those escalators down that it was clogging the escalator, and people couldn't get off the escalator. And of course, it's keeping going down, so it was causing a problem. Basically, so what they needed to do for like 5-10 minutes is they couldn't let anyone in the door to go swarm these famous YouTubers or whoever it was coming down, whoever it might have been. There was too many screaming girls in that one confined space. Basically, what the problem was. So they told people that were outside that they had to hold on temporarily, not like you can't go in, but just like a couple minutes here.
Yeah,
there's too many people inside. It could cause a health hazard. Please just hang on. And this kid got right in his security guard's face and was just such a cocksmoke about it. Just like throwing rank like he's the president of the United States or something. Like he was so important, and it was just like,
yeah. So we got the video right here. We'll put it up right now. This comes from the Drama Alert channel, obviously.
Shout out to Keem.
Very famous Keem's channel run by Keemstar, who, by the way, if you guys didn't know, back before he did Drama Alert, before all the manufactured Keemstar drama that was manufactured by like Grade A and Leafy and whoever else, got a lot of like that fake news. He had us on, or he had a video, one of your videos that we were both in on his channel.
Back in the it wasn't on his channel. It's on like one of his, like he said, like probably 10 channels.
One of his podcast channels.
It was called the Bad Kid Cast.
Yeah.
With him and Only Use Be Blade.
But so anyways,
cool cast though. I missed that cast.
Let's show this clip and stop talking about it.
Yeah, for sure.
So you guys just know what we're talking about.
What is wrong with you people?
They're asking you. Back up! Absolutely ridiculous.
I don't even know this guy. Be quiet. But I'm famous. You're not. So that doesn't make you any better. I have a lot.
You tell someone I'm famous.
That doesn't make you any better than me. He says I have a lot more money than you.
I'm not doing anything. I'm not here. You're not famous.
You're irrelevant. Ugly.
I'm attractive as fuck. He says. I make a lot of money.
Do you? I doubt that, honestly.
Dude, you're ugly as fuck. He says you deserve to be crucified because you're ugly.
Guy's not even that bad looking.
Yeah.
Just a pretty nice looking guy. Like, just a dude.
Standard looking dude. He's got a nice haircut.
Right? He's clean cut. He's looking alright.
Blue collar as fuck.
What are you wearing?
What are you wearing? He's wearing a uniform to work. Something you don't know anything about.
Yeah. What are you wearing? An outfit that you're obligated to wear because of your profession? Like this, and this kid, by the way, is like 18 years old.
Yeah, this kid is.
And he's got all these little.
He's got all these like
boppers.
little girls laughing at him and thinking he's funny and cute, but like,
Fuck society.
Fuck society. What a general claim.
Says he just.
What a general. Fuck society?
Yeah.
Does he know anything about anything?
Yeah, like when I was 18, don't get me wrong, I said some stupid stuff. And I thought maybe.
I claimed to be famous when I wasn't.
That's true. And I thought I knew how society worked because I had seen Fight Club like 200 times, and I was like, capitalism, subliminal messages, blah 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 blah, Starbucks, blah blah blah.
Totally.
Like, I didn't know everything when I was 18, but this kid is just mad he can't get into the Anaheim Convention Center temporarily because there's like a crowd of people, not necessarily around him, but trying to get into the convention center. Yeah. And they're like, you can't come in this door. The door is locked right now.
Right, and the guy wasn't being a dick. The security guard was being totally calm for his sake. glad they didn't fucking clock that kid, because that would have been fucking E! News, been in some trouble. But he should have. He should have. I don't know if I could have had the same restraint this guy had, the same cool, because this kid was a total fucking dick.
Yeah.
When you say someone's blue collar, what are you, like born with a silver spoon in your mouth, looking down on 90% of the world?
Yeah.
All right, dude, come on.
Yeah, like sorry your parents don't love you.
Right.
Sorry your parents spent the weekend at the vineyard in Spain or wherever they went.
Like,
you know,
Jesus.
like that doesn't mean that you have to take it out on somebody who's just working to support their family.
Right, he's just doing a normal job, everyday job, and just like he wasn't like putting his hands on him. He wasn't threatening him. He wasn't even saying anything back. He was just sitting there taking it totally, completely professional, as he should have been, and was just basically laughing off this fucking little twerp, basically, like this little asshole. Like,
like
props to him for doing that.
We combined thoughts earlier describing just like the impressive restraint that this guy had.
Right, because this guy was much bigger.
He could have
much bigger.
Yeah, this security guard could have tossed this kid around like a used napkin.
Oh, for sure.
Tossed him like a bag of groceries, and he didn't. Okay.
The best part was
he had mercy on him.
The best part was that he like gets a little smirk on his face, because he knows, like, he's like, I know this kid's talking shit and I can't hit him, but if I did, he'd be lights out.
Yeah, it's like, and I
like, this little fucking teeny bopper's never taken a punch in his life, and I've seen some shit, and I'm like 25. Yeah. And this kid would just he'd be rocked. Yeah. And no more Instagram for him with that black eye, dude. It'd be done. Some makeup on it, dude.
Yeah, no more Instagram posts for like a week or two.
Right.
And man, his whole brand. This kid,
27,000 followers.
This kid says, "I make more money than you. I'm famous. You're ugly.
Famous.
You should kill yourself. You should be
crucified.
You should be fucking crucified."
Wow, what a word to throw at someone.
What a word, man! Like,
let's just take a second here. He has, between both Twitter and Instagram, his most two popular platforms, things he goes by, combined under 30,000 followers.
Yeah.
If he's famous, I'm the next fucking Fonzie, dude, because I have like 5 times the followers on one platform.
Yeah.
If he thinks that's famous, what the fuck does he think that PewDiePie is?
I don't think he actually has any sort of real conceptualization of what fame is.
Like,
it's like,
I live in LA and I have 27,000 followers. Like, I do my hair sideways and blonde dye it. You know, like,
and
cool, dude.
Man, I just
like a bunch of 12-year-old girls think you're cool, or with all your followers you bought.
Yeah, and there's some kid in the background, who says, like, he's like, "Hey man, like, I like what you did today. Like, I like what you did yelling at the security guard.
Right?
Like fuck that kid too, 100%.
Come on,
I don't know.
You're better than that.
I see stuff like that,
just like,
and
why?
I get riled up. We were gonna do this podcast earlier, immediately after seeing that video, but like, not trying to sound like a hard ass or anything, because I'm just sitting here in a hotel room, like,
drinking beers
and water and eating snacks. But like, I was riled up. I was like, this kid is such a fucking douchebag and needs to have
a reality check,
an attitude adjustment.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know what, man? Hey, Christian Burns, if with the off chance that you ever see this dude, like, not a threat, an offer. If you want someone to adjust your attitude and give you a piece of reality, I'll be happy to be that guy, because the security guy should have been that guy.
The security guy would have destroyed him for sure.
Yeah, and
big dude.
I would love to just, get in the ring with that dude, get in the octagon, the ring, go to the jungle with him, no holds barred.
Right.
Even a WWE match, man. Like,
ladder match.
Yeah, TLC, dude. Tables, ladders, and chairs.
Oh, the chairs are the best.
Yeah, I will Jeff Hardy your ass, bro.
It's not a fight until someone throws a chair.
WrestleMania 23, Swanton Bomb from the top of the ladder, Money in the Bank. Is that what it is? Yeah. Money in the Bank match.
It's the best kind
through
of
a
match.
dude.
Who the fuck thought of that shit? Money in the Bank match. It's the fucking best. I love fucking wrestling. It's so stupid.
It's such a frustrating thing. And I mean, there's nothing really more to say about it.
No, we'll just leave it. He's a fucking a loser, moron, idiot.
Yeah.
The best part about this was he's got so much kickback and hate from Keemstar's video that he made his like claim to fame accounts
Yeah.
private and secure, so you couldn't even follow him or tweet at him or shoot him out on Instagram because he made him private because he was getting so much hate that he literally had to take his claim to fame basically offline.
Yeah, because everybody wants to curse.
Because everyone was just wanting to shit on his face.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say he doesn't deserve it because
no, he does.
100% does.
He'll be on Drama Alert next week. Keemstar will probably pay him $1,000 be on whatever, show his face and apologize. And, oh, I didn't mean to. I was just so worked up and I was so passionate.
Yeah, I just wanted to get to my fans.
I just wanted to get my fans, all like 8 of them, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Cool.
Yeah. I don't know.
We spent too much time on him. He doesn't deserve anyone's attention.
He really
He's too
doesn't.
famous for us anyway. He's just too famous.
That's true. We don't even deserve the right to talk about him.
No. He's like,
our freedom of speech should be stripped away.
It's like Jesus, God, and then you have this guy, like Christian Burns, like right there, man.
Yeah. What's funny too is if you watch the video another time, is he's like yelling at this security guy. He says, "Get out of my face." When the security guard's like 2 feet away from him, and the guard literally he's like
he gives him like one of those the fuck looks and like kind of like laughs it off like a G.
He's literally
like a G, dude. Straight up, just fucking. What are you talking about? You fucking twerp.
He's meeting you away, and he's like, "Okay, dude.
Get out of my face! Like you want to see what's in your face, dude? I will get in your face."
Yeah, like, clearly, this kid's a fucking moron. And so there was that, and then what was the other thing that I wanted to point out? I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter. But while like arguing with this kid, or while arguing with the security guard, he like starts fidgeting he fidgets with his hair a little bit. He's like, "Oh, my blonde frosted tips."
Well, in case someone's taking a candid picture of him, he can't not be on point for that Instagram post.
That's true.
There are dozens of people that could have potentially seen that picture.
Dozens. Yeah.
Dozens.
There's dozens of us. Dozens. But anyways, fuck Christian Burns.
Yeah, hashtag that, dude, for sure. He's a fucking tool.
Yeah, Christian.
I hope the kid learns a good lesson.
Anything right now.
I'm not going to completely condemn him for life for making one mistake, but the kid needs to learn.
Yeah, needs to learn that, like, some people are just doing their motherfucking job. Like, and apparently, like, unless your job is to be a douchebag to security, really no reason to be mean to that guy.
There was no reason to go back inside. The convention center was closing. They were just basically making sure people were safe. Like
right.
Like weren't gonna let more people in because they were blocking escalators and it was causing problems. Like just give them 10 minutes. You can go in there. Like you don't need to go fucking see like Markiplier or whoever it might have been coming down the escalator. Like it's not that big of a deal. You'll see him on the internet tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, so moving on from that fucking douchebag.
Right. It's enough of that forever.
Yeah, for the rest of my life. Hopefully, outside of editing this video a little bit.
Hopefully I never have to hear that name again.
Yeah, I really, really hope so. Figured we'd talk a little bit about the creator track, like the whole thing that we've been doing here while we're at VidCon.
A little bit about that, yeah.
What are some of your thoughts on the creator track? How do you feel like your experience has been so far?
It's interesting. It's nice to meet some fellow creators, big, small, whatever it might be. A lot of the stuff I felt like going into it, I felt like a lot of the stuff would be geared towards more, I guess, I don't want to say professionals because you can be a professional. You do it at any level, I guess. I mean, if you do it part time and full time, I just thought it'd be geared towards people that are more. I thought to see more people that are full time that they are doing it, because when we go to these panels, a lot of times people will say like, "Oh, I wish I could do this full time." You know, they're working a full time job, they have kids, and that's all great and stuff. But like, I thought there'd be more people like us. You know, we've been doing this full time for 2 years now. Both of us have, and been dedicated to it for several years. Yeah. And I figured there are a handful, but they're kind of far and few between. Most people there have less than like 1,000 subs. Yeah. And I feel like
we met one person who has more subscribers than us. Mm-hmm. And like you said, like that's fine. Like do what you got to do. Like
if you're grinding, you're grinding. It's cool. But
and there's a YouTube 101 track. There's a YouTube 101 panel because that's for people who like are looking to get into it and all that. But
I feel like it's like if you're in like for college example, like if you go to like English 101, that's where we're at. Or me and you might be at 301.
Yeah. Like not totally pro, but have MCNs, have a lot of experience.
Yeah, and then the only other option is to spend an extra like $300, $400 to get to the industry level,
track.
which for us at this point is kind of out of the budget, but it's like where I feel like we really need to be,
Yeah.
but just kind of out of the budget at this point.
Yeah, we're kind of like we're caught in a real awkward spot here because both of our channels have gotten hit with the goddamn subscriber glitch.
Yeah, it's been a real boner.
Been real rough, but I'm not gonna let that get me down. You know, it's when we get back from VidCon, it's gonna be full force. Let me tell you that.
I've got a couple of things bouncing around. So, I mean, these classes and the things that teach us aren't completely useless. I mean, I'm still picking up plenty of knowledge and just kind of bouncing ideas off other people that are doing this. It's not useless. It's just I would like. We could skip some of the smaller things, like for us. Like we don't need to have our hand held quite as much as someone that's just starting. But I see why they have to do that because they are trying to encompass all creators, and you can be 0 subs and be a creator. So like
right, and then really like we mean this in like the least pretentious way possible.
No, I mean if you're grinding, if you're just starting, like we've all been there. Like
but like when we say like we thought there would be more people like us, it's not like we're saying like, oh, we thought there'd be like more, you know, big names, because we're like on a, when it comes to YouTube, I'd say we're like probably C-list celebrity.
C, D, around there.
I don't even want to use the word celebrity, but like
no, not even celebrity.
At the C rank. Out of A, B, C, D, and F.
Maybe top 70%.
Yeah, but these people, like we said, we met one person who was bigger than us, and but outside of that, I've heard about one person who had like 50K or something around there subscribers.
Decent size.
Yeah, like
getting going.
Totally sizable. Like not anything to
scoff at.
But
no.
The vast majority of these people, I would say like 85-90% of the people we've met like don't have like even 300, 200, 100 subs.
I would say like most of them are like 100 or less.
Yeah, 100
with
or less.
a few exceptions being at like 1 or 5K.
Yeah, like there was one girl who stood up in one of the panels and was like, I've been doing this since 2009. I've had 3 or 4 channels, and I've made $20 on YouTube since
like,
2009. And
it's like I appreciate what she's doing, and I appreciate that she's so dedicated to it. But
I can admire the hard work and the dedication and whatever else. But you like, I didn't think of this as an option last summer.
No.
And last summer was I was actually doing, not in terms of overall subscribers, but in terms of views and income, I was doing better than I am now.
Oh, of course, the adpocalypse hit. It's not real.
Yeah, that between the glitches and the apocalypse and whatever else, like, I was doing way better than I am now.
Same.
And I still didn't feel like I was ready to come here. And I don't know. I'm just kind of surprised that
I didn't think it would be. Personally, I wouldn't have spent the money. I mean, if
well, that's the thing. That's what I was getting at.
I mean, if you have disposable income, they might be better off, or they might be local. They might not have to travel as much. But a lot of people are we met people from Canada or from Tennessee,
people from Canada with a couple hundred subs. It
might be like a vacation more for them though. Like they're not doing it so much for we're doing it for basically work. They might be doing it more as a vacation, meet people, fun for them. Whereas it's more work for us.
That's a very good point. Yeah, and like I don't want to keep providing disclaimers and all that, but I just don't want to come across like we're disparaging on people trying to make it big.
Of course not. Small creators, what makes what makes YouTube great is small channels.
Unless you've made a video about fidget spinners, then you can just fucking jump off a cliff. Honestly,
I've only ever used one time, and I was like, flicked it once, and it literally fell apart because it was broken. And I'm like, just threw it right in the garbage.
I used one in the Walmart checkout line our first night here. I considered getting one. I'll admit, I considered getting one solely because I genuinely
wouldn't take it in public though. I don't want to be that kid like flicking it on an airplane. Like
I just genuinely do have some bad fidgeting habits that I think it could help with. But that's what the fidget cube is for.
Yeah.
You know the fidget cube?
Yeah.
Kickstarter project. I almost got sponsored by them, but I
dope.
Didn't respond to the email because I'm a moron. I could have gotten like a couple fidget cubes for free.
You know the sad thing about fidget spinner is the person who originally made them and started selling them was like a kid, and he didn't file a patent, And
oh no!
so that's why there's like you can buy them everywhere. Like everyone, pretty much every manufacturer is making them. And like the original person who like thought of the idea and like made it originally and started selling them by himself has got like no money out of it, and that's very unfortunate.
Why do you got to break my heart, dude?
It's a sad story. Sad story.
It is a
It
sad
really
story.
is. Like should have the Shark Tank or something before he went public with it.
Yeah, really. But, so where were we at?
Talking about VidCon.
VidCon, fidget spinners. Where were we at before fidget spinners?
We're talking about meeting people, basically. How we talking about some people we met, some panels we watched,
Okay.
some things we picked up.
Yeah. So the creator track in general, like for anybody who is watching, if you're new, and you have the money, and this seems like something YouTube,
It's a fun time
YouTube is something you want to
regardless.
do. Yeah. Regardless, we met some really
Really cool people, really nice
people.
people, some fun
Yeah.
people, some interesting people, some
Yeah.
some cool stuff going on for sure.
Yeah, there's a couple of people with less than like 100 subs that I really do
like
want to collab with.
I
'cause they
really like
seem
to work with them because they just seem
dope
like
people.
genuinely fun people. And
Yeah, but for the most part, if you are watching this video and you feel like you have a pretty solid grasp of YouTube and how it works and how to work the system, go for the industry pass.
yeah, it's probably worth the money to go there.
Yeah, if I lived in California, like I would have gone to the industry pass, but
Like, if we didn't have to pay for a hotel or anything, we definitely would have spent the money for that. But we had
Yeah,
to pay for the
exactly.
flight, the hotel, and by the time we spent all that money, it was like
yeah, flight,
ton.
hotel, food, tickets, it adds up quick time.
It does.
But and the thing is with the industry track, like you don't miss out on the creator track because you have access to everything if you're on the industry track, pretty much, except for maybe like the meet and greets, like the Q&As, like the meet and greets, like the personal one-on-one stuff. But yeah, so if you are like, if you feel like you got a solid grasp on YouTube, and you're gonna come here anyways, bite the bullet. Like the reason I'm hesitant to get the industry track next year is just because I don't know how things are going to be going next year, and like they already started selling tickets for VidCon 2018 with the super early bird special, and industry track is $500.
Yeah, and that's like before like
Yeah.
it gets up to it's like
I'm
total.
still spending money on this trip.
Yeah.
So I don't.
And a lot of those panels, a lot of information, if you look deep enough, is already like you can find those videos and those panels on YouTube, like most of them.
That's
like,
true. There's a lot of people in there streaming them and recording and
I
gonna
don't
be putting them up anyways.
probably pretty frowned upon in the industry section, I would assume.
In the industry section for sure.
For
I feel
sure,
like.
it's a lot more suits up there than there are 19-year-olds with an iPhone streaming it to Facebook.
Yeah, probably like 99% less selfie sticks.
Yeah.
I've seen a little too many of those for my liking.
Not really my jive either, but do you if you're a vlogger, man. Get out there and grind it.
But there have been some really cool things that we have learned on the creator track. We got to see the Freddie W. I don't just want to call it the Freddie W panel because there was
Corridors on there.
Corridor, there was Stress Level Zero.
Some really cool people, really talented people too.
Yeah, really talented VFX artists that we learned a lot from. Excited to put some of the information, like editing information they talked about
Some pretty cool
to use.
stuff.
We got to see Matt Pat.
Matt Pat's cool. Yeah, that was a really interesting panel he did about statistics and analytics and stuff like that. It was pretty interesting.
I have been called. I've never watched Matt Pat's content before.
You should. It's actually really good. I love Matt Pat.
He seemed like a really cool guy.
No, he's really cool.
But I've always like felt just in the back of my head, not anything serious, but just like a little bit of resentment towards Matt Pat because people have commented on my videos and being like, you're copying Matt Pat, or some people have said it in a positive way, like, hey, you're like you're just like a smaller tier, low level Matt Pat, you know, just way less friendly sounding.
I don't know. I mean,
I'm a little more rough around the edges. He seems like a genuinely cool dude.
I don't know if you watched this channel called it's called Noggin.
No,
It's basically a Matt Pat clone if you want to, but it's also good. I mean, he's not like stealing his content or anything like that. But just this last week he did a video parodying Matt Pat because he's just so tired of being called a poor man's Matt Pat that he finally had enough of it. He made like a satire of it, and I thought it was hilarious because I like both of them. They're both really nice people. I've actually worked with Noggin before. I've been on his channel a few times. I talk to them every now and then, and he's really cool. Look up Noggin Loxton. And
Noggin Loxton.
It's Loxton Noggin, but Loxton's his last name, and his channel's G Noggin.
Okay,
really
we'll
cool
put a
stuff.
link in the description.
Really cool stuff. So he took Matt Pat's like most popular video, like "Is Mario Dead?" and like just like basically parodied it as if he was him, and was just like doing the Matt Pat voice and like cadence and stuff like that, and like he was catching flack for it, and people just weren't getting what he was like. He wasn't copying
They weren't
him.
catching his jive.
They weren't catching it. I was like, I wanted to comment and like stick up for him. Like, this is the funniest thing ever. Like, I totally understand. This is perfect. This is great.
Right.
And he knows. And then he's got like 400,000 subs. Like, he's pretty big time too.
Oh.
Yeah, he's pretty big time now.
Big time.
Yeah. So, but he's not copying, and we get that all the time with like oh, we saw this on so and so. We saw this on Frederator. We saw this on whatever channel. It's like the internet's a pretty big place.
As people who are used to that, I don't really get that as much anymore with the Frederator stuff because I kind of steered away from the type of content they do. Also, I'm partnered with Frederator, and I feel like that's pretty public knowledge now because I've talked about it. It's obviously very visible on my social blade. Actually, planning on doing because I had a meeting with them a couple of weeks ago with some of my peeps over at Channel Frederator, and we were talking about potential collabs down the line, making some content for their channel, which
that's
is pretty
cool.
exciting. So I don't get that as much, but you do, and that kind of sucks.
It sucks. I mean, I don't take it personally. I mean, whatever. I mean, the internet's a big place, and it's for everyone. I mean, YouTube's a platform for everyone to give their own spins on things, their own personal takes on things. And if it's similar to someone else, then good, because it's a different view or a different take on that same thing.
Yeah, realistically, if you're not copying their content, like if you know that you're not copying their content and people are saying this is similar to them,
it's almost like a compliment. Almost.
I would say it's a compliment, right?
Like I consider the Frederator to be like the gold standard.
Yeah, like I got to.
And if I'm if they compare me to them, like. Awesome. Like, they're really good. So if you think I'm like them, then maybe I'm half as good, and that's great.
Yeah, exactly. Like 100%. And yeah, like after seeing Matt Pat in action today, I'm thinking about all the times that I've been called. I've never really been called it in an insulting way, but just like this guy is a lot like Matt Pat, or this guy is like the poor man's Matt Pat. Probably not as often as that Noggin dude.
Yeah, they are very, very similar.
But makes me feel good because Matt Pat seems like a genuinely cool person.
Oh, he's a solid dude for sure.
He just if I smiled more, I feel like I could probably be a pretty good Matt Pat clone.
He's got a great energy and he's got a great personality for you. Could tell he's an entertainer for sure.
Yeah, he used the term "for the win" today, and I haven't heard that since like 2010, and he managed to pull it off.
Right, and then and it makes makes you want to laugh, makes you smile, and he's got like the clap and a half thing he does, and
that shit. I figured
just really knows what he's doing too. And on top of his personality being great and his content being great, he's just really a really smart dude about the inner workings, and it's like, wow, this guy has really got it together. Like, we should hang out with him.
Yeah. Matt Pat. Let's chill, dude.
Matt Pat subscribed to me at one point.
Go up to the roof, smoke a few blunts.
Yeah, for sure, totally.
Talk about some theories.
Blaze.
Yeah, that was a workaholic / Die Hard reference.
Oh, nice mix.
Yeah, because whatever, people get it.
You get it.
People probably don't get it.
You don't get it, but I get it.
Because the audience, like our audience, is like, or my audience is like 8,
Die Hard. What's
13
Die Hard?
to.
What's Die Hard? Great movies. Watch all of them.
Yeah. And then the MCN panel with who was that with?
I don't even remember who that was with specifically.
It was with a guy named Davey Wavy. Who I had never heard of before.
I never heard of him before. He's a really interesting guy, though. He's really cool.
Let me check.
But that was a good panel too. They really opened my eyes to a lot of things that my MCM might not be doing, but you have to like ask for. Right. And if you're just passive about it, I mean, they said it right up straight up front. Like, just totally caught my attention. It's like the squeaky wheel gets the grease, and it's like they're totally right, because I've been with my MCN for like 3-4 years now, and I've never once messaged anyone there or asked for anything. And if you don't ask, you don't receive. So like, even though I'm like probably in the top 10% of like large channels,
Yeah.
That I just, that I don't, if you don't ask, you don't receive. So you get out there and, brand for yourself. No one's going to advocate for you more than you.
Do you think
yourself
top 10%?
Maybe not anymore, but definitely when I first started, I was, because they've grown exponentially.
Right.
They probably have 50 channels, over 1 million now. Mm-hmm. So I'm probably in like I don't know, top 50%, I would say, at least.
Yeah, and see, as somebody who is actually really happy with working with Frederator, like I have nothing but good, like really good relationships with everybody that I work with.
They've never done me wrong. It's just that they've never done anything for me. But why would they? They have so many people.
It was interesting to hear how these people who have managed to grow so much, how they were able to utilize their MCN in ways that people like you and I haven't.
I've never even thought of
and
asking
weren't
for deals
of.
like that.
Right. Like I have, but I didn't know that it was. I didn't know it was that easy.
Yeah, I didn't know that you could ask for certain things. Like the one lady was talking about, she got her whole 30% income that they take made up in sponsorships guaranteed. That was a really cool point. And it's I've never asked my MCN to give me any sponsorships.
Same.
I get them either myself or through FameBit and other apps like that.
Yeah.
I'm out there doing it myself. Whereas I didn't know I could rely on my MCN to get me deals like that.
Absolutely.
And someone people our size, I feel like they should pay some more attention to, maybe a little bit more every once in a while, give us some love.
Yeah. No, totally. I agree. Because I agree, because we're smaller channels, not necessarily smaller.
I'd say mid-tier.
I like to say smaller because I have low self-esteem, and I also just don't want to sound like I'm being arrogant or cocky. But I also feel like it's kind of weird. Like the level that we're at, we're not huge, but we're not small. So I don't know what. I mean, I guess just middle tier.
Middle tier,
probably.
C rank.
Yeah, I would say between that 100,000 to maybe 1 million mark is probably middle tier.
Yeah.
Once you get to that 100,000 mark, that's a whole new level.
It's a different level for sure.
And then I can't speak for over 500,000, but I feel like probably things are maybe somewhat similar up until 1 million.
Yeah, I mean, they're not drastically different. They might, making more money, more subs, whatever have you, but it's not like it's night and day difference, whereas you're going from 0 to 100,000 is night and day.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, even 0 to 10,000 is night and day.
Night and day, for sure.
When I was doing, I remember when you told me about FameBit, because you had, I think when you were on FameBit at first, you were closer. It was my sophomore year of college, and you were had just gotten past the 100,000 mark. I think this was in 2015.
Yeah, probably around 15, around there.
Yeah, early 2015. Is that around where you were at then?
Yeah.
And you were at 100,000, and I was at about 38,000, and I remember because I was stuck at that number for a really long time. I was reaching out to FameBit, and I was just only getting rejections. But 0 to 10,000 is totally different, because then that's when you start getting MCN offers, and then 50,000 and up is probably when you could start getting some sponsorships. You
could probably start rocking it, yeah.
Loot crate deals, stuff like that.
Real stuff that's real easy to do. A lot of people do.
Yeah, and then after that, then you get what I should say who was doing the MCN panel, which was Davey Wavy, Aaron Wayne, who's with Broadband TV, Aaron Wayne, who runs the channel that's Aurelian. Aurelian. She's with Disney Digital.
Yeah.
And then
formerly Maker.
Mike Murphy, who's with Awesomeness TV.
Yeah.
And Mike Murphy, I actually really liked a lot. I thought he was really cool. Really chill, cool dude. Would love to work with him at some point.
Yeah.
But he's somebody, if you don't know who he is, he does a lot of short films and stuff on YouTube, which I think is really cool.
It was really cool.
But he was talking about how he got a AccuView sponsorship, and and that was kind of through his MCN or something like that.
I think so.
And like that's a totally another tier of things that like
if you're getting like pharmaceutical like sponsorships, then you're really getting in there, getting the big time.
Yeah, right.
You're not doing like $80 for like a loot crate or something.
Yeah. It's not like, and you could still be doing that obviously, but you're getting like big time deals. And it was interesting. He was talking about different like stipulations that he had in his contract, like. He was doing AccuView, which is contact lenses, right? And then he like wasn't allowed to wear his glasses on stage when he was making public appearances and stuff like that, and like little stuff like that. It was cool to hear like some of the smaller, fine print details like that comes with, like it's not all awesome. Like if maybe his eyes hurt one day and he wanted to wear his glasses when he was on stage, and he couldn't. As somebody who, as a lot of people know on here, I've had 2 eye surgeries, who has had a lot of eye problems in the past, was up until 2015, somebody who was like literally legally blind. I understand the pain of not being able to see. So it's not just all fun and games. It is like business and work.
Yeah.
And it was cool hearing about that.
It was cool. Yeah, it was really neat to hear that side of that.
But yeah, I mean, there is definitely cool stuff on the creator
there's plenty
track.
of cool stuff going on. It's
I feel like I don't feel like this trip was a waste.
Oh, of course not. I've learned just picking up things and little things you pick up from even small creators that might have a tip, like they're doing something that's making their small channel expand even a little bit. It's something you can pick up for your channel and be like, hey, I'm doing my thumbnail this way, I'm tagging this way, I'm doing this, I use this analytic.
Yeah.
Even though they're small time still. It's something you can always learn. Like I said them today, where you should listen 90% and only talk 10%. So I just kind of like laid back and I just really enjoyed, like, even like I said, the small channels, the people like that are out there grinding and working still. It's just like, it's interesting to see how they do things, and it's just like fun to pick other creators' brains. Like, how do you do things? Like, when you edit, how long do you edit, or how long do you write, and how long do you spend time on this? How do you manage your time? And it's like interesting to see different previews, and I've picked up a few things that I think I'm going to try myself.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, it was really cool. We talked to a lot of... We have pretty much exclusively talked to people who were under... I don't even know if I've talked to anyone who's had over 300 subs, personally.
Just
besides that one channel.
That one channel, like 500K, but other than that, like a couple were over like 5,000, 10,000 maybe.
Yeah. Have you talked to anybody that was around 5,000, 10,000? Yourself?
Like maybe 1-2 channels.
Okay. Oh yeah, because there was that one girl that we met who I want to collaborate with too. I'm not giving out names or anything right now, not for really any particular reason. I'm just excited to like work with these people in the future, and when I work with them, I want you guys to be like, oh, this person's dope, and not feel like I'm doing any sort of plugs or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, VidCon has been pretty sweet outside of the little kids, man.
Yeah, there's so many little girls.
The little kids is bizarre.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's like you'd think the Beatles were in town or something. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
They started screaming. Like, I heard them chanting Logan for Logan Paul today. And
yeah. And it is interesting. It's an interesting feeling being in the same building as someone like Logan Paul, being in the same room as someone like Logan Paul, or somebody that I actually respect, like Freddie Wong and Nico and Sam from Corridor Digital,
those were super
and
cool.
Brandon and Clinton. Was the other guy's name?
I think so.
Like, that's a really cool feeling.
Yeah.
I really like that, and it's like really, really motivational.
Yeah, like it made me want to get out and just start like, writing scripts and like planning out my next month's worth of videos.
Yeah,
like, immediately.
If I could walk from like that room just to my office, like I would have just worked the rest of the day.
Oh, for sure.
I would have taken everything that they said and just like all the software, yada yada yada, downloaded it legally, and just gotten to work. It's a really, really cool thing. But the little kids are just it's a little creepy. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little creepy.
Yeah.
For those of you who know, and it's pretty common knowledge, that a lot of bigger, we'll see if there's any drama that arises from this year's VidCon. But I remember last year specifically, there was a lot of drama revolving around like certain YouTubers. I don't want to name them, just because I don't want to drag their name through the mud for really no reason whatsoever, and just bring back old negative. That was a weird noise. They probably didn't even catch that on the mic, but I don't want to bring back like any negative thing on people. I really hate when people do that, but there's a lot of underage statutory rape type situations that arise at these type of events. And obviously, never in a million years, you couldn't pay me any amount of money. You couldn't torture me into saying it. Never okay to take advantage of a minor at all. But there are a lot of girls here, little girls here, who are coming in makeup and coming in low-cut shirts and coming in high-cut shorts with their asses hanging out.
That's weird for sure to see that many
And
little
it's
girls.
creepy. It's like, I can see why, if you were stupid and you didn't get the proper identification, if you made a mistake and you hooked up with maybe, you can definitely tell to a certain extent how old a lot of these people are. But like 16-year-old, 17-year-old, 15-year-old, where in certain states the age of consent lines start to blur a little bit, like pretty much down to 15. But it's almost like these girls totally like just, I don't want to like attribute this as like their goal, but it's almost like that's what these girls are going for.
I don't really understand.
It's like they're like, I want to be sexy to the 1, 2, 3, 4 guys I subscribe to that I have huge crushes on, like Rice Gum and blah blah blah. It's like, why are you? I don't know what's creepier, the fact that these 13, 14, 15-year-old girls are wearing these outfits, that their parents are letting them wear these outfits, or that that there are clothing companies making these fucking outfits.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like, why? Like, I have seen in public, not even being a creep, just like literally looking around, I've seen just little girls wearing short shorts with their asses hanging out. And it's like, you're a little kid, you're a child. Like, you're somebody who might need to be babysat.
Probably.
So why are you wearing shorts with your ass hanging out?
Couldn't tell
Jailbait.
you.
It's creepy.
It's weird.
It's so fucking creepy.
I don't like that there's so many of, like, I didn't expect there to be so many little girls, or like, not even girls, just like younger kids in general. I didn't expect there to be quite as many. I figured there'd be some, but like when you go down to the lower floor, it's like 90% like 15-year-olds, and I just don't want to be there. I don't want to be there at all.
No, it's so, and there's been a couple of people, not necessarily a couple, but like, handful of people who have been like, hey, I'm looking for you. Some of my subscribers personally who are like, hey, I've been looking for you at VidCon. Like, I was like really hoping to meet you. Where have you been? And I've been up on yesterday we were on the community floor for a little while because we had a little more time to kill, but today was pretty much all business. But I haven't been going down to the community floor because these girls are not looking where they're going on their phones.
It's hard to even move down there. There's so many of them. It's a mob. And then, God forbid, like someone like Rice Gum or Markiplier shows up, and it's literally a screaming mob of little girls just running and screaming.
And don't get me wrong, I could fucking barrel through those girls if I really wanted to. Right, those girls aren't taking me anywhere. But like, I'm not gonna plow through a crowd of children.
Right, I just don't even want to be in the vicinity of like all that
Yeah, I don't want to have to walk with my arms in the air and like navigate side to side, like trying to get through.
None of them were looking where they're going either. They're all like
they're on their phones,
buried in their phone, like
trying to figure out where these fucking people are.
They're like neck deep in Twitter, trying to figure out where Logan Paul's gonna show up and like what escalator he's coming down. It's like,
it's like, god, oh my god, shut the fuck up. Like we were at one of the food carts today, and I don't know who it was. It might have. No, it was some Viner, some daily vlogger.
Yeah, I never heard of them.
A lot of those Viners, I think, realize that they don't have talent whatsoever, and that their entire brand was built upon having the sides of their head shaved and their hair up top poofed up, kind of like our boy.
Yeah.
What's his name again? Doesn't matter.
Christian
Burns. Yeah,
Burns,
I can't believe I forgot it. It's like forgetting the name of Jesus Christ.
Right, he's super famous.
But so, totally talentless and just rely on exploiting little girls. But
the Jonas Brother effect.
The Jonas Brother effect. At least I feel like those guys, at least that was more their agents and Disney and marketing.
At least they sang.
Yeah, and they sang. They had some level of talent. They were talented.
They made the songs. They didn't write them, but they sang them.
They were talented enough that like Nick Jonas is still making music.
Yeah.
I don't know where the other two are.
Cashing checks, snapping necks.
I think there's a fourth one too who just never even made it onto the radar.
Oh,
but I was really proud today when we were at the food cart or the food truck, and there were some girls. They were like, "Oh my god, that guy's over there! Like, can't believe it!" And they were like, "Nah, we're not even gonna go over there. Like, it's not even worth going over there.
Like, he's just some dude."
Yeah, I was so proud, man. I was like, you
round of applause.
You're a couple of girls I have some faith in. It was nice to see.
Those girls might go to college.
They might go to college. They might have a future.
I don't know. It was just weird to see all of like they call them like the Logan Paulers and the Jake Paulers. Like, I get that they have like a kabillion fans and whatever, and I understand like that they're popular with the younger demographic and whatnot, but I didn't personally ever see anything like that for a YouTuber. Like, I didn't like, they were acting like, like Justin Bieber showed up or something. It was like that level of pandemonium.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, this is just some guy who works out a lot and vlogs it. Like,
yeah. Like, hey,
that's cool.
I work out a lot. I don't, but like, is my problem that I'm not vlogging it, you think?
I mean, he's an entertaining guy. He's a smart guy. He's a good looking guy. All that. I get that. Whatever. Not everyone has that. But like,
I respectfully disagree with all of those adjectives.
I think he's talented in knowing what he's doing. I mean, he's not stupid.
I think he used to be. I think he ran out of ideas, and that's why he's a daily vlogger now.
I mean, it's whatever. I'm not going to hate the game, but like, I just don't see like the draw to me to even like a daily vlogger. It's just like, what he's doing. It'll be on his channel tomorrow. Like, you don't need to go over there and meet him. He's not in a movie. He's not George Clooney.
Right.
Like, I just never like. Even if I did watch daily vlog channels, I would never get excited. Like, I might say, like, if I saw them in a McDonald's, I'd be like, "Hey, what's up?"
Right.
But I wouldn't like. People are running and screaming and like mobs of hundreds of these people or little girls are doing this. It's like they're just normal people.
Yeah, and like, you know what? You're, like, of course, little kids are gonna do stupid.
Yeah,
shit
I mean,
like
obviously, yeah.
But like, I don't know. Like, I've had. Like, I went to, I remember when I was in, I think it was in 7th grade, I went to a meet and greet for CM Punk at Walmart with Kyle and Rigoberto, and it was an awesome time. We waited like 6.5 hours in line to meet CM Punk, and Kyle, was it Kyle? Or, no, I think it might have been, yeah, it was Kyle. So that was like obviously in the height of his WWE fame. Kyle called him, his name is Phil Brooks, and Kyle called him Phil Brooks at the panel or at the meet and greet. And the guy's like, and CM Punk was like, "What'd you just call me?"
Like, your name.
He's like, "Phil," and he goes, "Why would you do that? Why would you do that in front of all these people?" It was hilarious. But
I don't know. It's your God-given name.
Like when I was there, I wasn't sitting there and like I was.
Like, there's plenty of YouTubers.
Like, don't get me wrong. When I was a young kid, I cried like a bitch sometimes for no reason. I was like, oh, I'm like, just because I was kind of a pussy, mostly for things that was like she doesn't like me, blah blah blah. And men and women are wired very differently.
Yeah, of course.
But man, these girls just freak out. They're screaming at the chance of being like 100 yards away from
like,
these
because
fucking
like those guys
guys
when they show up and they show up to the convention center, like they're live streaming it or vlogging it from their phone, or they have a crew around them filming it, and they're just like trying to be in the video maybe, or just, I don't know. It's whatever. It's not the end of the world that a bunch of girls are freaking out. It doesn't like piss me off or anything. But it's just like it's a weird thing to see.
Yeah,
for
I don't want to come
YouTuber.
across as pissed off.
No, it doesn't make me upset. It doesn't make me mad or anything. It's just like it's just something I didn't expect to see quite as much of.
Yeah.
Or to this extent.
Yeah, it's a little bizarre.
It's bizarre, yeah. Like, it's something I didn't... Like, I knew that Jake Paul was going to be there. I figured there'd be Jake Paul fans. I figured there'd be people yelling and screaming. I didn't think there'd be a literal wave of 15-year-olds pushing and shoving to be, like, next to him. Like, I just figured they'd be like, you know, can I have an autograph? And that would be it. Because, like, even, like, people that I watch, the people that I geek out by, like, if Boogie walked by, and I'm a huge Boogie fan, or... something like that. I walked by and like I'd be like, "Oh, dude, I love your stuff," but I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't push people out of the way and
Would
scream.
you though? Would you though? Because we saw Joey Salads.
We saw Joey Salads,
and you didn't say shit.
I didn't say anything to him. I mean, not that I'm a huge Joey Salad fan, but
that's true. That's true.
I respect the guy. Like I'm not a huge fan of his content. I don't think anyone really is, but
yeah, that's one thing that we've kind of learned throughout this trip is that despite being people who put our faces out on the internet,
right? Like, you just feel shy. Like
it's weird to feel
weird
so
to like
shy.
you put yourself out on the internet for everyone to see, and then you have all these like subscribers or fans or whatever you want to call them, and all these millions of views, and people have seen you around the world. But then like someone comes to shake your hand, and you're like, oh,
right.
You're like, oh, that's all right. Fuck it, I'll take a picture. Like I was like scared, but like
yeah.
I just don't. I don't think of myself as someone that's like famous, or I don't think of myself. I don't think of myself as even like a slightly above average, like fame wise, or like just an everyday moron.
And that's another thing too, is like because these dudes like Logan Paul and Jake Paul and Rice Gum and whoever else, they're an A-list YouTube celebrity.
Oh, sure, they're on the docket for sure.
And an A-list YouTube celebrity is like a C-list celebrity in real life.
Oh, for sure.
At most, they're like Kel from Keenan and Kel.
Oh, for sure. They're
like oh, I saw him at Starbucks.
They've reached way more people than like some of these like actual actors that are in these shows, like these low budget shows that come and go, like one season worth on ABC that no one remembers.
Yeah.
Like.
But
more people know who fucking PewDiePie is than most actors.
PewDiePie is a different story, but like I think it's interesting because like these guys, they let it go to their ego, and it's so apparent. It's especially apparent with Viners and guys like fucking Christian Burns, who I get that he's like the second coming of Christ or whatever.
Yeah,
but I feel like a lot of them let it go to their head. And
I feel like most of them are acting. Like it's like that's like their persona. They put on their.
You think so?
You almost have to. Like I feel like most of them.
Maybe.
Like
I'm just cynical.
Because if I had a mob of people chasing after me and that was making me money, you have to just kind of roll with the punches, and you can't offend them and act like you're not famous and downplay. You want to build yourself up. You're your own brand. That's where the money comes from.
Yeah.
So I understand what they're doing. I'm not hating on them for Jake Paul or Logan Paul for vining or like live streaming them with all these little girls. Of course, I would do the same thing. Of course, money's there. I'll be there doing that same thing. Of course, I'm not famous. They are technically, whatever you want to call it. But like, you have to understand that they're different people outside of that. Like that's not how they actually act. That's probably not how they actually talk. It's not how they're not always super in your face, like energetic. Like that's when the camera's rolling. They're acting.
Right, but like. So I was watching, and I'm ashamed to admit it, but just out of curiosity, I was watching one of Logan Paul's videos recently. It was after watching It's Everyday Bro.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
So bro. It was after watching that, and I was watching one of Logan Paul's videos, and he was at the gym, a public gym, and he's like, he's got his camera and he's like, "Hey everybody, gonna do 3 sets of blah 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 blah," like, and there's people around him, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, you are in a public space, like, you're disturbing people trying to get their lift on, trying to make some gains, all aboard the gain train, choo choo, all of that. Like, it's like, I feel like there is a certain type. I feel like there are people on YouTube who really do let it go to their head, and I feel like,
I mean, everyone's you get a little bit you get a little taste.
Yeah, I don't know. I just,
they're not bumping 7-ounce rocks or nothing, but
banging 7-gram rocks.
Oh my god.
I guess I can't really I can't really accurately judge how I would behave in the situation because I'm so fucking far away from that.
Yeah.
But I would just like, I've always been someone who kind of likes to keep it real. So I feel like these guys are just, their whole life is a fucking act.
Well, I mean, that's what they are. They're just entertainers. They're just actors, but in a different medium. They're not in a movie. They're in a basically a lifetime drama. Like,
right.
It's just, they're just constantly hyping themselves up for those 2 hours they're on live stream, or the 2 hours they're vlogging. Like, the rest of the day, they're probably like, man, I really don't, I can't do this anymore. Like, this sucks. Like, I hate doing this, but like, you know, the money's there.
Yeah.
And they might love it, they might hate it, whatever. But like, they're definitely not, like, I guarantee if you met Logan Paul like 3 years ago, or if you went over to his house and like, and you wouldn't be like, dude, let's pump, like, let's do it every day, bro. He wouldn't be like that. He's just a normal guy. He's just a normal guy who's got a good persona for being on camera. He's lights up for the camera. The camera loves him. And some people have that, some people don't. He definitely does. And it just kind of translates to that whole new audience of that younger generation, really attached to like the on-camera persona of, they don't understand that he's not always like that. Like,
that's true too.
He's just a normal guy, but to them, he's a superhero because he's always that fun guy. He's always that super fun guy doing the super fun things. He only does that in their eye. Like, if he's at McDonald's, he's having an everyday hamburger, bro. Like, that's what he's doing. But like, in reality, he's probably just a normal guy.
Yeah, I guess so. Like, as someone who has, I guess it's a little different because YouTube is such a crazy medium where it's accessible to everybody, like, for free. And I don't know, like, as some people on the channel know, I've been fortunate enough to be family friends with some celebrities like Jenny McCarthy and huge names like Jim Carrey. I've met Tom Cruise.
Some definite superstars, some A-list,
Hollywood
star type people.
People that were like really top dog,
Top Gun,
top tier, Top Gun,
nailed it.
And they were just so much more chill and
but the light's not on them at that point. You know, they weren't at a convention.
I guess not.
If they're on a red carpet, they might be different. You know what I'm saying? This is the YouTube red carpet. Like, this is as big as it gets.
That's a good point.
This is the Oscars for them, basically. Like, this is where they make their bread, dude.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just cynical. Maybe it's out of jealousy.
I mean, everyone's got a little bit of jealousy. Like, do I wish I could be Jake Paul and make that kind of money and have, you know, mobs of little girls chasing me? Of course I do. Not for much, like, out of like wanting to have fans, but just like just knowing that I could be at that level. But he's #1 right now. Like, he's like the thing on.
Sorry, the video stopped recording there for
temporarily.
Just temporarily. But as you were saying, Jake Paul is like #1.
#1 right now
on YouTube right now.
I would say he's like the face right now. He's like the post child right now.
Yeah, and then we were saying we didn't realize that the video had stopped recording, but around this time last year, H3 was blowing up.
Yeah.
And yeah, I found them at like 600K, which was really cool. Should have hit them up back then.
Yeah.
Because I was at 200K back then. I hit 200K in like, when did I hit it? I hit 100K in like February, I think. March at the latest of last year, and then I hit 200K by the end of summer. I had some crazy growth last year.
Yeah, that was a good explosion there.
Yeah, or maybe November, December. Oh, no, I hit 200K in January of this year. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we were saying. Like, yeah, I can understand why it would go to your head a little bit, and I can understand why you would want to amp it up to the camera, milk it for all it's worth.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know how long it's going to last. Fame comes and goes, especially on a new platform like YouTube.
Yeah.
So you just definitely want to always be at your top of your game when people are looking, basically. Like, you can't ever have a down moment when the lights are on, you got to shine. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, you're definitely a more chill person than I am. I just I see things like that, and I just get frustrated because it's just whether it's Star Wars or Disney or Pixar, I see these other people talking about these franchises that I am really in love with, but I'm somebody who can admit that they're not perfect, and I can talk about ways that they are not perfect, as you can about Nickelodeon and shows on Cartoon Network, stuff from our childhood, and I get frustrated at what I perceive as not being authentic, and maybe that's just something I have to get over. But
we can pick up on it. Is the thing, we've been around the block.
That's true.
Their audience, they don't really understand fully what's going on in front of them. They don't understand
their audience is kids.
That those daily vloggers are, really eccentrically, making their lifestyle seem like something. They might rent a Lamborghini, but they don't own that Lamborghini, or they might, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? They might do things like that, and they might accentuate it a bit. And people like us who are been around the block a little bit, we've been doing YouTube for quite some time. We've been, we've seen all this stuff like that. Pick up on our bullshit meter's a little bit finer tuned, than a 9-year-old might be, and they might.
Yeah,
they just don't really understand.
No big deal. We can pick up on bullshit better than 9-year-olds can.
Yeah, but at the same time,
not trying to brag, but 9-year-olds nowhere near as good at picking up bullshit.
No, there's no reason for them to be. If you're peddling bullshit,
9-year-olds.
If you're peddling bullshit, you better peddle it to someone who's either A, stupid, or B, a little kid.
Yeah,
and that's where YouTube comes in. There's so many little kids.
Yeah,
you just see them, they're on their phones or on their iPads, nonstop. Yeah. And that's where the money's at. And for someone like Jake Paul, that's just cash and checks.
Right.
Fidget spinning those checks, dude.
I guess so, man. Well, I feel like this was a pretty solid
it's been a good time.
hour and a half recording sesh. I just want to say to anybody who has made it this long to the thing, I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to let me know if you want to see more in the comment section down below.
Of course.
Hit that like button if you enjoyed it. Kmack and I, we have Kmack's channel, link to his channel is going to be in the description down below.
Of course.
But we plan on we should go for a monthly podcast.
Yeah, monthly, at least one a month. So
I get that you might be moving.
Yeah, Skype's
soon.
always a thing.
Skype's always a thing. But we'll be doing some more collabs after this too.
For sure.
In the meantime, again, like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, comment what you thought down below. Hit the like button. I don't know why you would have made it to this point and not have already subscribed, but subscribe for more. And this video was brought to you by this video was brought to you by Geek Fuel. Geek Fuel is, of course, the nerdy geeky subscription service that sends you a box full of geeky goodness every month for the low price of $20 or less. Probably my favorite. I know I plug a lot of those geeky subscription services. It's because a lot of them send me stuff, and a lot of them are hey, plug our stuff. Geek Fuel, by far my favorite. Go to geekfuel.com/John Solo if you are interested in if you're interested in it. I would definitely recommend them. I only brought just by coincidence one product by them, but I'll grab it real quick. Just by coincidence, because I actually like their stuff and don't need a reason to try to force it onto the camera. But This is in a really dope pencil case covered in Marvel action things. So if you are interested in stuff like this, every box has a free t-shirt in it filled with over $50, $60 of geeky goodness. Go to geekfuel.com/John Solo, and if you sign up through that membership, you will not only make me a little bit money, which will, of course, be directed right back into the channel, as I always do with my sponsorship payments, but also you will have the benefit of getting a Star Wars bonus pack. I don't know exactly what that Star Wars bonus pack has in it because they never told me, and I never got one myself, but I'm assuming it's pretty dope. Everyone who's like said I got my pack was like, this was cool. So yeah, thank you guys again for the 50th time. So thank you so much for watching, and we will be talking soon.
Totally.
May the Force be with you.